Absolutely stunning. It's so cool. Look at the almost perfect reflection of that mountain in the water. Hey everyone, welcome to another grand adventure with MinerBiker and family. We're at Blue Lake in the Tushars. My mom's here also. She's back over at camp because we are here spending the night, hiked into Blue Lake. You can spend the night and then hike back out. So we'll take you back to the beginning of the adventure and bring you along for this marvelous experience. And boy, do we have a gorgeous evening up here. It is quite marvelous. Back to the beginning we go.
So pretty.
And we're off. Last time I was on this trail, I was biking up from Duncan Creek, heading all the way up to the summit of Delano last summer. That one was pretty epic. And also I had last summer when my wife and I started at the same place we are today and biked out and back to Blue Lake. Blue Lake Trail is one of the prettiest trails up here. The Blue Lake Trail, Lake Stream Trail, maybe Pocket Trail are probably the prettiest ones up here, I think. Hi, buddy. Blue Lake Trail is one of my absolute favorites. Really fun to come down on a bike. Way fun. Pretty fresh elk tracks on it. Fun to see some elks up here. Nice storm clouds over there sitting on top of Mount Holly. And some nice little rain sprinkles. These lovely temperatures are fantastic. It feels and smells so good up here. Trekking our way up the mountain through the lightly drizzling rain. That's a good girl, Bean. What a good dog. It's pretty with the little clouds sweeping across Shelly Bally Peak up there.
Man, can't take enough pictures.
That's cute with the bridge.
Mm-hmm. That little bridge sitting down there in the meadow. And the green grass, then the trees, then the rock and the clouds.
Yeah.
So pretty.
It's great dog weather.
Yeah, perfect for the dogs. Cool, damp ground. It's great all around weather for everybody. Now our clouds have cleared out. Well, not cleared out, but lightened up and it stopped raining. Break time. Time for a snack. Almost to the top where we start dropping off the other side. Oh, I absolutely love it up here at the mountains. There's Delano Peak right there, Mount Holly over there. Stunning. Spent some of my favorite time ever up here in these wonderful mountains. Almost up here to the high point of the trail. Cross over the pass and start dropping in the Blue Lake. Make sure to check out the videos from when I've ridden up here, from my wife and I out and back to this Blue Lake Trail last summer. The year before that, I did part of this Blue Lake Trail climbing out of Blue Lake as part of a huge ride where I looped all the way around Delano Peak. And then last summer also, when I did the lower part of this Blue Lake Trail, we've already come up when I came down off Delano Peak off this side, all the way down Duncan Creek. So fantastic up here. Can't get enough of these mountains. Fun to come do it a little differently this time, instead of up here with the bike, up here just on foot and gonna spend the night and stuff. Familiar place, but just different experience doing it this way.
Looking nice.
And big Mount Baldy over there, and beginning our descent into the top of North Creek where Blue Lake is. Such a gorgeous trail down through here. Beautiful old growth pine forest. There's Belknap straight across from us. So that's the second highest after Delano. That one I have been to the top of.
Okay.
Beautiful creek that is entirely sourced just right here, straight out of the ground. Oh, so pretty. Old Mount Baldy over there. Oh, so pretty. There's Mount Belknap over there to the north. Absolutely stunning. Come out of the trees over here to one of my very favorite overlooks. Ground back there, you got Belknap behind us, Blue Lake down below, that's where we're headed. And Mount Baldy up there. Just wonderful. Love it. And all the way back down North Fork Canyon. Really wild video. And I rode all the way down North Fork, all the way out to the bottom last fall. That was one of the grandest adventures and experiences I've had yet. Oh, I just love it. Magical place down here. Oh, buddy. Such a good place. Love the smell of pine forest that's been recently rained on. Pine forest smells good all the time, but especially when it's been freshly rained on. Oh my, it's so pretty. Pretty how much bark has shelled off of that old tree. Kind of interesting.
Oh, this is gorgeous. Greenery in the rock.
I always like this spot right here. It's kind of a cool corner here where they carved this switch back into this ledge. Bye bye. Hey, watch out. Ah, so cool. Nice boulder stretch here. There's a lot of elderberry bushes in bloom. So many elderberries. Hey, buddy. We're getting much closer to our destination of Blue Lake down there. We'll work our way down below this big multicolored rock slope. It's cool how many different colors of rock is just on that one mountainside. She's a smart dog. She knows how switchbacks work. Dogs don't need them. Switchbacks are for humans. Almost there, huh, bud? We're getting awful close. Beautiful lake through the trees, sun reflecting on it. Oh, it's so pretty. I just love it. I keep saying that because I do so much. Oh, we made it, huh, buddy? We made it. Alright, we have made it to Blue Lake, where we will spend the night. Oh, what a lovely place. One of my very favorite places anywhere. Doesn't get much better than this. Oh, I just love it. Getting our camp all set up here. Don't think we're gonna get rained on again, but we did put the rain fly and stuff on just in case. Finished tidying up. Got food strung up in the tree. Not that we're anticipating any bears, but they're definitely up here. So good practice to tie the food and dog treats in a dry bag up in the tree. Getting all set up, settled in for the evening. We walked around the lake over to the dam this evening. Something I've not noticed in times here before is there is actually an old cabin here. That's like a old water pump. Looks like. Yeah, 'cause there's the impeller for it right there. That's an old water pump. Here we are at the bottom end of the lake. Camp's over there in those trees on the far end, looking up at Mount Belknap above us. Sun's still hitting the ridges up above, but we're well in the shadow of Mount Baldy here. There's the lake's spillway, and then its outlet heads off down North Creek. It's so cool. Look at the almost perfect reflection of that mountain in the water. The breeze has died off and the lake's almost completely still now. Especially with the streaks of color in the rock. And you can see those same streaks mirrored in the water. That is so pretty. What a glorious place to be. That reflection in the lake is so pretty. It's just magical. You think so, buddy? What about you? Move a little bit. What a remarkably beautiful evening. You got a slightly more than half moon up there above us. Skies have almost completely cleared out. Get at the right angle here and you've actually got the reflection of the moon in the lake right there. What a gorgeous place to spend a night, huh? Beautiful morning. Still very much in the shade down here, but Mount Baldy up there lit up by the early morning sun hitting it. A little chilly last night, but not too bad when you got a dog on your feet. Huh. Are you the foot warmer? Alright, rolling out from camp. We're heading out on a different route. We're actually going to go head down North Fork Creek a ways and then pick up the Tanner Hollow Trail to take us back to Big John Flat where we started. Big pile of bear scat right there. A local resident. Sun's just peeking over the mountain up there. The last time I was heading down this trail, the only time I've gone down this trail was last fall when I biked up from the valley floor all the way up through a whole series of trails, dropped into Blue Lake, and then descended this whole South Fork of North Creek. And that was one of the wildest rides I've ever been on. Last October. Oh, it's so pretty. wildly skidding down this on the bike. It's a little steep and loose in a few of these spots. Oh, these glorious little aspens. Such a pretty stretch through here for sure. You're crazy.
So fabulous.
Alright, switch to water shoes for two big creek crossings here. This one and another one just a little further down. That's about how cold it was last fall. Well, now you've done that, there's only like 39 more to go if you head all the way down. That's about how cold it was last fall. Let's go, doggies, go. You gotta swim, Booger. You gotta go. Come on, buddy. You got it. Good job, bud. I just imagine doing this with your bike like 40 times. That straight ahead South Fork Trail. That's South Fork Trail. This is Tanner Hollow heading on up her. Some of the signs call it Bosman Trail. Some call it Tanner Hollow Trail. The online map calls it Tanner Hollow. On up we go. That's the way we went last time, huh? Now we're on a stretch. Now we're on a stretch that's even new for us. Up and around. Just follow the dog.
God knows where he's going.
He don't know. He's never been here before.
He likes to act like he knows. I sat on one of those once.
massive old Quakies in here. Some of the biggest aspens I've ever seen. And all pretty healthy still. Absolutely gorgeous. I mean, gee. Good steep uphill through some deep forest here. It's a cool trail. Never been on this one. Definitely gonna have to figure out a good route to bring the bike on this. This would be a blast going down. I just saw a small, like, yearling black bear. Only saw him for a split instant, so definitely nowhere near enough time to get the camera going. But just took off down the hillside. Always fun to see him out here. I love little black bears. You remember the little creek down here, didn't you? That's a nice creek, huh? Be a good spot to fill up the bottle one more time, too. There's some good dog water, huh? Some good dog water. There's a nice. Let's go over here to this other one. That one's better for me to get some bottles out of. Take a break, have a snack? I think we should take a break and have a snack, huh? I'll wait for everybody else to catch up. Alright, we're back at the intersection, Tanner Hollow Trail and Blue Lake Trail. That's the way we went up yesterday. So we have now completed the loop. Now we've got to drop down here across the creek and a little short climb up to Big John Flat. This has been marvelous and excellent. Hook, hook, leave it. You see it? It was right there in the little clearing for a second. Good job on leaving it alone, Hook. Well, everyone, we're back home now, obviously. Didn't film the video closure at the end there because we got back to the truck. We were getting absolutely annihilated by swarms of mosquitoes. So last thing I was worried about at the moment was filming a video closure. We were diving in the truck as fast as we could. But we're back home now. We are alive. We did not get eaten by the mosquitoes. And that was a most excellent couple of days spent up in the mountains with my wife and my mom. That was awesome. So beautiful. The rain yesterday was magnificent. The clouds, everything. That evening yesterday at the lake, especially with the reflections on the water, was just incredible. The night was a little chilly, but still beautiful. This morning was amazing. And then a little bit longer, tougher hike out today than the one in yesterday, but awesome to go on a different route. Love South Fork of North Creek. Make sure you check out that video from last year where I biked down that. That was hands down one of the greatest adventures I've had yet. And then cool to check out part of the Tanner Hollow Trail, a route I'd never been on before. That was a pretty good beast of a climb, but still amazing. So, thanks again for watching. Make sure you check out other videos. Will be linked in the cards in the upper right-hand corner. As always, subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, thank you so much. Leave us a comment, like that hit button, and keep digging up new places to ride, hike, or otherwise adventure and experience the great outdoors under your own power is always the best.